Hey friend, welcome back to the Halfway to Dead mini edition. It's time to hit you with some wellness wisdom today. Guys, we have to take care of our aging mind and body so we can finish this life strong. Are you ready? Okay, jump in. Ride shotgun with me as we continue on this midlife spiritual journey together. Hey guys, welcome back for some more wellness wisdom. So today I want to talk about grounding and options that we have for grounding when we aren't able to be outside walking around in bare feet. Optimally, yeah, that's the best. Digging around in the dirt with your hands, all of these things ground you. But for some of us, you might not be in that situation. It could be the weather. Like right now, it feels like -8 where I live. So I'm not going out and walking around barefoot, right? So it could be a weather thing for you. It could be that maybe right now you're kind of bedridden, you're not up and about, and it's hard for you to get outside and do that. Whatever your reasoning is, I want to give you some options for grounding outside of actually walking around in the grass, laying in the grass, touching the ground. So why do we even want to do this? What's the whole theory behind this grounding? Well, listen, when we're grounding, what we're doing is creating a direct electrical connection between our body and the earth. And in turn, that flow is going to help balance our body's electrical charge, similar to grounding our electrical devices to prevent static buildup, right? You know how when we plug our computer in, it's a grounded one. Okay, so why do we want to balance our body's electrical charge? Well, let me list off some of the reasons this is helpful. 1, it reduces inflammation. It has great anti-inflammatory effects. Connecting to the earth may reduce the inflammation in your body. Some studies suggest that grounding can decrease markers of inflammation and potentially help with chronic inflammatory diseases and acute injuries. It also helps with sleep regulation. It's been associated with a better sleep quality. The transfer of electrons help regulate the circadian rhythm and reduce nighttime cortisol levels, leading to a more restful sleep. What else? Pain reduction. There's some evidence and preliminary studies that suggest that grounding can help reduce pain levels. This could be due to the anti-inflammatory effect, or it also improves blood flow and tissue oxygenation. It also lowers your stress levels because it improves your autonomic nervous system balance, leading to reduced stress and anxiety. It lowers that cortisol level, which is, it's our body's primary stress hormone. We need that low. And as far as improving blood circulation, it enhances our blood flow because it improves the blood circulation and blood viscosity, which can be really beneficial for our cardiovascular health too. Okay, so overall, we need to be grounding. We've talked about this before. We need to ground. So how do we do that if we can't get outside and kick our shoes off? Well, I'll tell you things I've done and some things that I know other people do. So the first thing is you can buy grounding shoes. What's the deal with the grounding shoes? So they're also known as earthing shoes, and they're designed to help you stay connected to the earth's electrical energy throughout the day. These shoes are made with conductive materials that allow the electrons to flow from the ground into your body. This connection is believed to offer all of those health benefits we talked about, very similar to direct contact with the earth. So how they work is they have conductive soles that are made from materials like carbon or copper that ensure that those electrons can transfer. And they also make sure that your foot is more in direct contact with the earth. So how do they do this? Usually it's through how they're built. The soles aren't really thick on these shoes. It's best if you don't wear socks or a very thin pair of socks because your foot needs to connect with that carbon or that copper that's in there. Let's think about this. You can buy these shoes. They're a little bit pricey. I'm not going to lie. Some of these grounding shoes might not be your style. You're saying, Jen, I'm not wearing those shoes. Those don't match my outfit. Those aren't cute. I get it. So there's other options. They have DIY kits you can purchase online. I'm going to put all this in the show notes. You're going to have some links. So what it is, they send you this kit and you get a combination of some little tools and conductive materials. And it gives you instructions exactly how to do it. Basically, the shoe that you're using needs to be, a half an inch thick or less with the sole. You still can't use a really thick soled shoe, but you can use your own type of shoes. And then all you really need is like a hammer or maybe a little marker. And they lead you through exactly where to insert it. So basically you're hammering in this little rivet to a very certain spot on your sole, and they lead you through how to do that. And that is what's connecting with you. It connects from the ground, the sole of your shoe, all the way to your actual foot. So you're going to be grounding the whole time you have your own shoes on. So that's cool. And they also sell grounding sole inserts. They call them earthing insoles. And they're the same thing. They're designed to help you connect electrically with the earth. The basis of all this is that we want to have direct skin contact with the earth because that allows for the transfer of electrons from the earth to our body. Because listen, the earth's surface has virtually unlimited supply of free electrons. And these act as antioxidants, reducing inflammation and the oxidative stress to our body. So think about this historically. Why do we need all these shoes and insoles and things now? Well, because back in the day, we used to walk around barefoot more, right? We would wear moccasins, very thin soled shoes. So we were still earthing. Our hands were in the earth. We were doing all this, we were sleeping on the ground in our homes. And so now we've got our homes and our beds and all our modern day conveniences. And we hardly go outside anymore. So it's really important to be outside grounding. And when we can't, it's important to still make contact with the ground, with the earth. All right. So we talked about the shoes. We got the shoes. We got a DIY kit, and we can get some grounding sole inserts. What's another way? What if you are someone who can't really even walk around very much? Well, they have grounding mats. Let's talk about these grounding mats. So they also call them earthing mats, and they do the same thing. They connect you to Earth's natural electrical field while you're indoors. Okay? Same thing to the grounding sole inserts and everything else. The mats, we typically use them when we're going to be in a static position, like not walking around. So when we're sitting, laying down, standing in a specific area. They're made from that conducive material, like carbon-infused polyurethane or a silver-threaded fabric that facilitate the transfer of electrons from the Earth's surface to your body. And then the mat has an electrical connection that reaches out to the Earth. How are we doing that? Well, we're using our grounding plug on our outlet. So where the little, I call it the three-pronger, where it's got the two little slits and then the little kind of circly thing below it. If you're not aware, that little circly part, that is where the grounding happens. So inside of there, you've got grounding, like copper wire that leads all the way out to the earth to grounding rods that are deep within the earth. So more than likely you have a home like this. If you have electricity running through your home, they're grounded or we would not be safe. Okay. And I won't go technical into the electrical aspect of it because I'm no certified electrician. But again, I got links. You can go research this yourself too. So with the grounding mat, what you're going to do is there's just like a little cord. So it clips onto the mat. And then the other end, you don't plug it in. So there's no electrical current. All right. So it's totally safe. You're only plugging into that bottom little round circle part. You're plugging into that. And then that goes all the way out to the ground, like we talked about. So the mats are great because you can put them, if you're working at a desk, you can put them on the ground under your desk and just kind of kick your shoes off and have your feet planted on that while you're working. You're grounding. You can sit on them. You can put them on your bed, lay them on the couch, do a little session every day, whatever you want to do. Now, you can put them on your bed, like I said, but guess what? I didn't get a grounding mat for my bed because I feel like too many extra layers cause me to sweat more. We're in midlife, guys. Sleeping is already a little bit of drama sometimes, right? Night sweats. I chose to order the grounding sheet, that conductive material woven into them, that little carbon-infused thread. So same thing. It snaps on one corner of the sheet, and then the other end goes to that little round circle. I'm going to give you a couple pro tips on these sheets because I've been using them for a little while. Number one, you're wondering, can I wash them? Yeah, guys, you can wash them. I wouldn't be putting sheets on my bed if I could never wash them, right? And they actually recommend you washing them because it kind of recharges them sometimes. So you're going to be able to wash your sheets. Also from experience, so I started using these sheets and I was like, oh, I think I do feel better. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I feel like crap. I was getting terrible sleep. I was like, all right, I don't know about these grounding sheets. I might have gotten scammed. This is what I thought. Then I realized I look behind my bed at the outlet and I see that my cats or whatever it's not plugged in anymore. You guys, it was pulled right out of there. And so if you have animals that sleep under your bed, just beware, okay? Make sure that baby stays plugged in. So I get it plugged back in. Yes, all good to go. The other thing, you're going to think you want to put the sheets on with that little snap towards the head of the bed because like my outlet's behind my headboard. But that's a bad idea if you're a sleeper like me or like my partner is. You're a mover. He's a mover. So a lot of times that sheet, those damn sheets, they don't stay where you put them. They're popping off that corner. Then in turn, sometimes, the cord comes off the snap. No. So I would switch it around. The cord that comes with them, you guys, is really long. So don't even worry about it. Put it at one of the corners of the foot of your bed and then bring it along the bottom of your bed and plug it into into the outlet. That's just my little pro tip for you. So how do you sleep on it? Do you have to sleep special with your grounding sheets? You do not need to be naked. If you sleep naked, you're probably going to get better grounding than anyone. Okay. You do want your skin touching the grounding surface if at all possible. No, you don't want to have on your socks, your sweatpants, your hoodie. You're not going to get a lot of great out of it. So wear, a t-shirt, whatever, undies, whatever you're comfortable. I don't know how you guys sleep. I'm not here to judge. However you sleep, it'll work out. Just don't be all bundled up for this to work the best. And you can get grounding just a sheet. You can also get grounding pillowcases. So up to you. I'm sure there are more things out there for me to bring to you. But today I just wanted to go over ways you can ground from inside your home, your work, wherever you're at. A lot of these things are portable. These mats can be very small. You can bring them with you if you have to sleep on an airplane. You can bring them with you if you're going on vacation. You can bring the mat with you. Okay, so in general, I want to encourage you guys to practice grounding even during the cold winter months when you can't be outside barefoot, even if you're unable to get outside, even if it's beautiful outside for you right now, but you just can't get outside for whatever reason. You can still practice grounding and it's going to be beneficial. It's going to be especially beneficial if you're having trouble getting out of bed, if you're having, inflammation problems. There are still ways to ground you guys. And so I would encourage you to give one of these a try, whether it's the grounding sheets, the grounding pads, buy a pair of grounding shoes, or just convert shoes you already own so that they will ground you, or get the little sole inserts. There's all kinds of options, you guys, in this day and age. So there is no reason for us not to be grounding on a daily basis. Again, I will put the links to all of these products. I don't make a dime, you guys. I don't have any sponsorships. Okay, so any links I put in there and all these things I'm recommending are just because I truly believe they work from personal experience and also from talking with others who've used some of these different modalities and products that have said they really work. So I'm going to put links to some of the products, and I'm also going to put links to some of the research so you can check it out yourself and make the decision if this is something that would be good for you. Again, run it by your healthcare provider, but I can't even imagine why you wouldn't be able to use one of these grounding methods, because it's literally just you grounding with Mother Earth, and it can be very healing and beneficial. Okay, thanks for listening to me again on this, you guys, and I'll see you next week for more wellness wisdom. I hope you learned something today that you can implement into your life. And remember to use the links in the show notes to do your own personal deep dive into today's wellness wisdom topic. Also, please share this episode with a friend who might be looking for ways to improve their health and wellness too. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I can't wait to hit you with some more wellness wisdom next Monday. Oh, And I really can't forget the fine print again. You know, that legal jargon. This podcast is presented solely for educational and entertainment purposes. We're just two friends on this journey together, and this podcast is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or any other qualified professional. I know you guys get it, so I'll see you next time.